Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the BTO series. Been a minute since we got on here. Me, Farmer Brian, Piper, and Sweden have all been working on our farms here. We are on the 4X Flatlands server. You can see all those trees over in the distance. That's Brian and Sweden's farm. And then I do believe Piper's farm's up over there somewhere. But anyway, we're getting back on here because I need to get more BTO content out and some other content out. So I'm just going to start here because this had to be the map I'm on. It's later in the day, so we might go into a little bit to the evening. We had the pea debacle. If y'all watched that live stream, that was just nuts. If you haven't, definitely go check that out. And while you're there checking it out, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you don't mind. We are so close to 100 subscribers. I can taste it. I think I need 4. So thank y'all again for that. But we're going to get into, we got to do some field cultivation today. I'm trying to keep somewhat realistic on this series. I don't know how realistic we will go, but I try to keep somewhat. But anyway, we're going to get to it. We're going to go get the old John Deere and hook up to our cultivator. We've got to do the big field out and around the house. I've already got the small field done, and I'm trying to figure out what we're going to plant there. I'm almost thinking the big field I want to do corn, and that smaller portion of the field to do soybeans, but that is subject to change. But we're going to get up in here, get the old 9RX good to go, start the engine up. Made a lot of money this year so far, so we're trying to make some more. Probably going to pick up some contracts when available, and just make some ad revenue, because we used to have all those fields, and then I sold them all to buy this property. And so we got to start over again a little bit, if you want to say that. I mean, it's still 150 some odd acres. Get out of here without destroying nothing. Anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying this series. I try to bring some cool content to it, and with us building these servers up to try to get them what we want them to be, it does take some time, so I apologize for that. But if it brings you, it's kind of different to say it. It sounds weird, but I apologize for not bringing you guys content. But for what me and Farmer Brian are working on, it's going to bring so much more content to you guys, and I don't know if I really want to apologize for that. But not keeping up, that's the only thing I'm apologizing for. Sorry if that sounds kind of bad. We're all hooked up here. We're going to go to this big field, and I've got to set up with my enhanced vehicle mods. We are going to do this at an angle, okay? That way we don't run imprints in the ground just like you would in real life. So, get out here. We'll turn the HUD back on, and no cars coming. That's what I like about this map. Get out here on wide. If I could drive straight. And we're going to go to the corner of this field, because like I said, I want to do the an angled view. Turn the dirt a different way than the way we plowed it. But yeah, doing peas on this, that's a no-go for me. I'm sorry if you enjoy doing peas. It's just not my thing. There ever a mod out there that'll make that header wider, and the way to make it easier on the how do you say it, to unload on the go, I would definitely try it again. But man, that's something we have to do with the buddies. Have to have them all out here and just knock it out. But anyway, let's turn the HUD back on with my power tools. That way I can see. We will hit like this, and I want to take me a second to set this up. Nope, wrong one. I want to go with that angle, I think. Let's see what that's actually doing. 324. Let's do a little bit more. Oh, I get the buttons mixed up. I apologize. $315. That's probably a good enough angle. And which way are we going to go here? -1's that way, so we will go to the left when we turn. That's good. So let's get out of the cab here. Let it get lined up. And then unfold our stuff. This is the cultivator I picked up. That's why I've already done a couple of contracts to kind of pay for this thing, because I want to own the equipment outright. Yeah, that angle will be good. So this is going to see the... Excuse me. The angle, the way we're going with the +1 over here and the -1 over here, we are going to do this side first. So that'll be alright. We'll go ahead and knock that out. And then we're going to make sure we get enough room for headlands. About right in there. Probably work fine. We will lower it down. And we're going to go after it. Now we're making a good seed bed here. So that'll work. But yeah, not to kick a dead horse, but man, that peas on this thing was horrible. It was really, really horrible. I did not like it whatsoever. I think I got 32,000 liters in the silo over there, and I think that's all the peas I want. This field should take a little bit, even at 9 mile an hour here. Somewhat realistic speed. Honestly, I think we would be going I don't know. Well, we might be going 9 mile an hour because I haven't turned the speed limit on. When we get turned around, I'll turn that on to see how much more faster we go. And I will see if it ain't too unrealistic. When we get close enough here to where we think we're going to come into a headland, this is what I like about the enhanced vehicle mod. It's like real GPS. Get in here and then we will, yep, she turned left. That'll make us put about 2, maybe 3 headlands on this, and it'll line back up. So I do like that. Oh yeah, I was going to do something else. Alt number pad 0. And that bumps us up to 12, 14, 15. Yeah, you know what? We'll just keep it there. I mean, just for the sanctity of the video. I don't have to do so much time lapse. But no, this map is great. I really like it. And it's not even the updated version. We all did that because the other versions was giving problems and everything like that. And this is the one version that we could all do. Get that turned. So you can kind of see, if you ain't got the enhanced vehicle mod, why I like it so much. I mean, it's just, it brings a whole other realism to it. I like holds the lines and everything like that, just like GPS. This is closer to the GPS than what I feel like the base game is. And I know some people disagree with me, but it is what it is. I mean, everybody's allowed their opinions. See if I can do this in cab. Like a boss. We are doing good. And then, like I said, at the end, we'll do the headlands last, like you would. Sorry for my stuffiness. It's morning time, and I wake up really stuffy in the morning. But I figured it'd be a good time as any to, get up here when nothing's going on, nobody else is on, and record. So far, so good. Kind of running really smooth. I think we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We might have 10 passes left over here on this side, and then we get to go to the big side. But we're going to have to start the way the numbers go on this. It always goes to the bigger number next. So we will have to start all the way there at the end. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll shut up, and I will time lapse the rest of this side, and we'll come back to it when we get on the far side. Alright, so we are back up over here and starting on the other side. Still going at an angle. I think I got 30 some odd passes to go, 31. And turned in here and just going after it. Shouldn't take too long at these speeds to get over here. I went ahead and shut the HUD off to kind of do the realism a little bit. Now, the one realism part we're not doing is I'm not picking up the implement at the end. Probably should, but I'm not. Now, if we were back down to the 9 mile an hour, I would probably do that. But as you can see in the corners here, how fast everything goes. So that's one reason we are not doing it. But we should make quick work of this field. It's not the most exciting gameplay, but something to do. That's why I thought about doing a live when I did this. Just get the conversation out there when you're by yourself and nobody's talking to you. It's hard to kind of think of a conversation, but I do my best. Just like not doing regurgitated content about them peas. I would have never guessed that was gonna be the The straw that broke the camel back with me on that. Like, I did not realize how bad those were. So hats off to all you guys that are doing it. Um, you guys are all, well, I'll just say it. Y'all are badasses. So maybe one day I'll be a real boy and be able to handle that. But that was just a field this size. No. Now, if you look off over here, this green field right there, I'd do that with the size of equipment, and I just get on the struggle bus. But I think it's almost, peas are almost like one of those deals it's kind of hard to do with the AI or the course play, just because you can't unload on the go unless there's something I was missing. But I got when I leased all that equipment, I leased the equipment you're supposed to use, and it worked. It was just like a little bit too high. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Man, this field is huge. That's why I got it. Got to have huge fields of BTO. So when we branch out and we get some more fields, obviously depending on what Farmer Brian and Sweden and Piper up over there, what they end up buying as we go, it's that'll determine what fields we buy and everything like that. Obviously, it's first come, first serve, so if you got the money, buy it. And, we'll be seeing what fields we link together and everything like that. What's cool is I actually, off camera, I did buy a corn header because I knew I'd need one regardless. But what's cool is all the hops over there. You got to have a corn header to do that. Now, like I said, that factory right there that we're looking at is a World of Beer factory, and they do hops and stuff like that and grains. So it's kind of like, I think it's a distillery or some sort. So this map is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like focused around that, I think. So it's pretty cool to see different crops in here based on that. And I mean, who doesn't like making beer? But 12 mile an hour or 14, well, no, we're going faster now. I think it was 15, 18. Makes quick work of this field. Obviously, the passes get longer the more we go. And I'm kind of curious because I think I got to do one pass, one more on this side to get to that corner, and then we'll have to start going down inside there. So it will get smaller at some point. But again, I wanted to do this at an angle, and once we get done, if you're still here, we'll follow along. You can follow along, you'll see why. Because when you do the headlands, obviously they're going at a different angle than this, so it actually looks real. And again, you don't want to keep driving the same paths all the time because you'll develop a rut. I held on to it a little too long on that one. That's all right. We're still at 2 headlands, I think. Trying to visually go off of my turn points. But what we'll do, since we got some wide open spaces to cover, I will cover most of these and we will come back to it. Alrighty, so we finally got this big section done. Coming up to the house on the short section. Go ahead and just keep her down and follow this around to 2, or -2. That's where we were last. And then it kind of can't get right in there because of the fence. So we'll go ahead and drag that over. And then I will lock on to that. And go after it. And now all we got to do is this short side. So not too much more to go. I'm not going to lie, I'm glad I just went ahead and stopped recording on that because that one took a minute. The game's saving, so that's why we're jitterbugging. But no, this has been going pretty smooth. I want to say, I don't know, they're probably, judging by it, there might be 20 some odd passes over there, maybe more, but the passes will get shorter after we get if you look over to the right, you'll see -1 and then 0. I think after that, the passes will start getting shorter. So, and I've changed going from a visual turnaround spot to the audio when it beeps at me for the headlands. And you'll see here in a second. And it's staying in the same spot. So as soon as I get that auditory, I'll hit the button right there. And it'll bring that cultivator to the edge of the field almost. And that's how I know I did it right. And that way all those lines right there will come together. So we got 2 headlands I'm hoping to do. Might have a third. Not for sure. But, you know, surprisingly enough, I think this field's taken what it's supposed to take. Now, obviously, we're running faster than we're supposed to. But, you know, it's still taking a pretty good while. I want to say I could be wrong. But I want to say in game, we've probably been in here an hour doing this. So that's what I like about doing big fields. You can't just hurry up and do a whole bunch of stuff at once. It takes time and days to get some of this stuff done. So I don't know if we'll get an auditory on here or not. Yep, we did. Okay, so I can trust it. But that'd be pretty close. I think we'd have been hitting the fence on that one. So, and then I got a goof up spot over there when I was plowing against the fence, so I know we can't do that. But after this, we got to, I'm going to call the co-op up and have them spread some lime on this field, get it all caught up to where it needs to be and fertilized. And what I'll do to simulate that, because I don't want to buy a lime spreader and all that, so we'll just simulate with the co-op doing it. What I'll do is I'll lease it, and then I will put course play course on there, and then have them, you know, and whatever it charges, I'll take that out of the account. Some way. We'll get it figured out, because I want to be realistic on this. I think realism adds a whole other gameplay mechanic, and I know again some of you out there will disagree with that. You know, with the generation we live in, it's not anybody's fault. It's just we're used to stuff being fast and instantaneous, and you just want to get it done. Well, you know, that's what I like about this, is it teaches patience, and there's a lot of people out there that could use more patience, and I'm one of them. But when it comes to this stuff, I could sit here and ride all day. I just, you know, when I'm not recording and we're doing this, I'm just listening to songs, listening to the news, you know, whatever to pass the time. Heck, even watching TV. You know, you just figure out ways to pass the time. As long as you're paying attention to your work at hand and don't get too focused on what you're doing. And when you get close to the end, make sure you're turning and not taking out a fence. I don't think I'm going to wait for it. I'm just going to go. Yeah, that was a smart choice. Yep, I see you right there. Oh, nope, that was just a glitch. Maybe we didn't hit the fence. But we are definitely rocking and rolling, everybody. And again, while we're on this pass here, I'll just go ahead and talk about it. I am at 96 subscribers on my channel. Just for that, thank you all so much. You guys are putting a smile on my face, and I'm sure everybody says it, but man, I am so thankful for you guys. I guess, you know, now would be, you know, trying to coax everybody into hitting that subscribe button to get us up to 100 or over 100, you know. And obviously we'll move the goalpost, you know, and I'll do better on my end to get more subscribers and everything like that. But at the end of the day, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I could have 3 subscribers on there and I'd still be doing what I'm doing just because I enjoy it, you know. But on the other hand of that, you know, it lets me know that there's people out there like me that like the content that I do and like the setups that I do and like the chat that I do. So that all just makes me, you know, feel better about myself, or humble, because we all go through that part of life where you're like, man, am I just the only one? Is there nobody out there like me? Well, the likes and the subscribes on these videos and everything like that shows me that I'm not the only one. And even if it's not all your thing, like what I do, some of it is, and that's how people are different. And we all come together, share the same ideas, even though if it's just a little tweak different than what you like to do, but it's somewhat similar. But I'll quit ranting here and just talking about nonsense. We'll try to finish this field up. I don't know how many more passes we got. I think we'd hit over to line 20 by the end of that. Man, I wish the train was longer. I know a lot of people say the Tahitian, I think it was, back in 22, had a long train and everybody hated it. But I'm the realism feller. I enjoy that stuff. If I got to wait a couple minutes to get across the railroad tracks, so what? What do I got better to do? But no, these passes, this field, just kind of give you an example. I have my computer upstairs in my house, so I have to, if I want to get a drink or something like that, I have to go downstairs. Well, I had a hankering for Dr. Pepper, and on one of them long passes, I waited. And I put my headset down and everything. And when I started that pass, and I went downstairs and got my Dr. Pepper out of the fridge, and came back up, and I wasn't even in a hurry, and we weren't even halfway across the field yet. And I like to think I got a decent sized house. It's not the biggest, but it's not the smallest either. And that was pretty neat. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to rush up there, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna take my time. Now this video, when it comes out, I'm going to edit it a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep most of everything in there. Obviously the stuff that doesn't help the video, I'll get out of there. And but y'all said on that last Riverbend Springs one that you kind of like the unedited, kind of see the goofiness of what I go through when I'm recording. So we're going to kind of stick with that a little bit. The first part over there that I recorded, not counting the time-lapse portion I will put into it, I think it was recorded for almost 30 minutes. And obviously I cut the big section out. I just didn't even record it. I just did it. So we should have a decently long video for this one. And I owe that to you guys. I really do. Like I said, I've been working on that 16X map, and I'll probably going to get on there today and record some of that. Try to figure out how to not so much do so much role playing, but I'm still building it. Like, that's how big it is. I've got a lot of fields to create on there, a lot of fields to get limed and fertilized and ready to go. So when we start that series up, I was talking to Farmer Brian, and he's got to go on vacation here in the near future, and I don't want to start a role play series on that with him gone as soon as we start that. So I am going to probably be waiting, which Piper's got a big old area on there too. He's got to get finished up, so it's a little bit of ways away, and I'll give you a sneak peek of that in videos every now and then when we're creating to show you what's up. If you get on my Discord, you'll see pictures that we put on there of it. So it's pretty neat. We give little teasers here and there, and like I said, I'll show you on a video or two here and there what we're working on, just to kind of get you excited about it. But if you honestly want realism and like a real area in the world, that is it. That's going to be you want it. That's going to be the one you want. I think we're going to get a lot of likes and subscribes off that series, because, man, if the old saying holds true of, you get what you put into it, man, we have put so much time into that to make it right for you, the viewers. And I just want to see me, Farmer Brian, and if Piper starts his, because I think he was talking about doing it. He's got him a channel. He just hasn't done no videos or nothing yet, but I'll at least want to see them threes like just skyrocket because of it, because that is how much work. I mean, my fields are huge, but Farmer Brian's fields are even bigger. Piper's even got some big old fields in there. And don't let me forget, talk about Sweden a little bit. He's on this map because his computer ain't as strong as ours. So we won't be seeing him on the 16X map unless he upgrades some stuff. But we're going to have him on here, and you'll be seeing him a lot on my streams and my videos. I hope, if our schedules line out, because he is darn good help. And if y'all don't know, when I first started, Sweden was the first guy to come on my channel and chat and talk and subscribe. So, yeah, definitely he's going to hold a place in my YouTube career for a long, long time, that's for sure. So, Sweden, if you're listening, thank you, buddy. I appreciate everything you do. But as you can tell there, the paths are getting shorter. And then all we got to do is the headlands left. Yeah, we might make it to 20. Maybe I lied to you guys. And I hate doing that because I hate being late for supper and I hate being called a liar. Also reminds me, we need to get a fuel tank for the farm up here. See, there's my little goof up you can see right there where I was plowing and creating fields. I'll probably paint that out and square that off. But not today. Not today. Oh, Dr. Pepper's tasting good today, fellers. Kind of weird because usually I start my morning off with coffee, and I didn't do that. Started off with a Dr. Pepper, and it's okay. Be nice to get this big old field done, and it gives you, I mean, honestly, just like it would in real life, when you do something this big and you actually follow it through to the end, oh man, it makes you so happy that you got something accomplished and done. Because this field ain't no easy feat. In real life, if I went up to a farmer and said, yeah, I cultivated 150 acres today, and he's going to look at me and go, cool story, bro. I mean, obviously old men ain't going to talk like that, but like, you're going to go, great, But no, that's still, pretty good. I definitely feel accomplished after this. And then we got to go back and lime it. Well, co-op's going to do that and fertilize it, and then come back and I got to go count my rows on my header for my corn header to kind of determine what planter I want to buy. Because that's one thing I haven't done in the BTO series is buy a planter yet. So that's not something I got to do again. Looking at that Kenzie we got downloaded in the server. And we'll see if it matches up well with my corn header. Because I think more thought about it here as we're cultivating this. I think I'm gonna do corn on the big field and soybeans on the small field. Just because I'm a boring, Great Plains, Midwest farmer. We don't do none of that exotic stuff that everybody wants to see, like rice and all that. We will probably be doing cotton on one of these series because we do cotton here. I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit more. Oh, it's right at 20. Look at that. This is actually going to be, the last pass is 20. Nailed it. Okay, so, because I want to end up over here. It's going to take some brain power, bear with me. Get lined up here at 90 degrees. And this is where this enhanced vehicle mod really shines to me. Get set up on 90, and then I am going to hit, I do believe, nope, shift. And then we're going to rotate this over. Get that back at 90. Okay. And then I'm going to hit Control End to get straight on that thing. And we're going to go, and it should go like that. But I want to go on the inside first. So we're going to start with 1. And lock on that one. And just to do a test real quick so I get the buttons right. Shift, page up. Yep. Shift, page down. Okay. I get them control because one of them is control and page up, page down. The other one's shift and page up and page down. So I want to do this, so we're running straight lines. Now here we'll just do this by hand, these little bitty deals like that. That ain't no big deal. I'm going to run out here and connect to this. The way I'm doing 2 headlands. And then once we get here, I'll line this up with the edge here. And I want to add 90 degrees. So shift page up. There we go. And she's going to turn. And I want to turn into the second one. Because you want to work your way out. Oh, I did something stupid here. Bear with me. There it is. I want to lock on that one. Get rid of my lines. All right. So now we're good. Then when we get down here to this end, we are going to turn it. We're going to decrease 90 degrees because we're turning left. So decrease is turning left, increase is turning right. Some of that useful information, and some of you be like, well, that was kind of useless. But what I like about it is you see the different textures here. Those lines are running that way, and then these are running this way now. So it looks pretty professional, if you ask me. Like I've done this once or twice. So when I think we get about a lane away... Oh, I hit the wrong button. It's shift, not control. One of these days I'll get my mind right. There we go. Now let's get it together. And because I hit control, we want to add a degree. There we go. By the time I get done with this field, guys, I will have this figured out. And I've been practicing with this and everything, so again, bear with me. And yes, I will leave this in there because I am a goober, and this is the stuff I want you to see with me having troubles. But it's going to clean this row up pretty good. We'll go shift page down. So I'm going to go left. And I did it right there because I knew I had some. And it looks like we'll do 2.5 headlands on this side, but that's all right. And this is where the trucks will be parked usually anyway, so we're running on this all the time. So it's a little compact, so it ain't going to hurt nothing to tear this dirt up anymore. Looks so good because you can see right here where the lines switch. We're running that way and then we're running that way. Get these little edges cleaned up here. It's kind of a waste of fuel if you think about it in the reality of realism. You know, that'd take a lot of diesel to be getting these, but I want to get it done and everything touched. Just get these lined, fertilized, just max perfect for the best harvest we can. Oh, we also turned seasons off in this game due to what we had going on. I want to go on one. I think we'll be all right with one. We did turn seasons off so we didn't have crop withering, so I wouldn't have to help. You know, if I needed to go a day to get my content out there, because me and Brian talked about it. Because out of everybody on here that plays with us, we are the guys on YouTube right now. So we tried to figure out a way to not, you know, keep us going, you know, if somebody couldn't get on or anything like that, we wouldn't have to, you know, crops destroyed. So that's the only thing we're doing differently is having that off. So that way Piper or Sweden doesn't lose crops on their farm due to withering if they aren't able to go on. Because I do believe Sweden's like 9 hours ahead of me. So that's Piper's on the same time as me, but they all got their schedule and they're younger. So they have stuff they have to do and can't say no kind of thing. It's called responsibilities, unfortunately. And me and Brian are old enough, we can plan our days out, unlike they can, for the most part. So that's one thing we did on here. I do believe weather and stuff still turned on and tornado and all that stuff. So, and I have yet to see it on here yet. Probably won't see that till May or June or July. There we go. I can live with that one. Yeah, I can live with that just fine. Oh, I didn't realize that gas station was that close. I get turned around on this map real easy because I think my farm's facing one way, and it's not. I set it up. I thought I was setting it up the right way, but I got turned around on the map when I was setting my farm up. So I think it's going one way, and it's facing a certain way, and it's not. It's actually facing the opposite. Like the way I thought this was set up is the grain silos would be right here at this way, and it's not. Alright, so this one I'm going to slow down for. And we are going to go ahead and... I did it again. Shift, not control. And we're going to line up on one. If I can, without hitting the fence down. See if that messes with us or not. And we'll leave a little bit right there. That ain't the end of the world. But you can see my fence ain't straight. So we'll do this little portion by hand. No longer than it is. Go old school. And this don't line up. As you can see, the yellow line's what we'd line up on, so I'll just do that by hand. And then when I get the cultivator right there, then I will hit my shift page up because we're turning right. And no, you need to turn this way, bud. All that goofiness. It's called the grind. If you ain't dealing with the grind, are you really even trying? that'll finish this field up pretty good. But no, you can see the tracks this way. With the ground deformation, you can really tell, you know, and that's why I wanted to start doing the angles, because 22 we didn't have really ground deformation at all. You know, you had that mud mod where you sink and stuff like that, but it wouldn't really tear anything up. So I kind of wanted to start implementing that, you know, don't drive on your stuff the same way every time, because it'll develop, you know, ruts and dips and everything like that. So I'm going to keep that aspect of it real. And it'll add a different little gameplay than what most do. So, I mean, it's win-win for me. It really is. Because that's always been my thing. You know, it's hard to kind of do stuff differently than everybody out there on YouTube. And I'm sure somebody does do this. But I just want to be different. You know, I don't want to copycat off everybody. Because, you know, I just do it because I love it. But, you know, if you're going after it, trying to, you know, bring people in, you gotta be different. You really do. I'm gonna go a little bit past. Like I said, I'm fine with a little bit here and there. I prefer not, but if y'all remember when we were last over here, it was we had a pass and a half left on this side because of my goofiness. So I will probably actually come back and fix that. But I don't know if I'll do it as a recording or not. Because I kind of want to get this field done so I can get this video edited and pushed out to you guys. Yeah, I'm liking the hops. I do like that. Textures are a little weird, but it is what it is. And you can really see with that how close it's the same thing I missed over here, and that's because I went off that auditory, you know, sound whenever we got to the end of the headland. But the sun actually acts like it's going down a little bit, so it's getting a little darker. Because it's 5:10 in September. Can't remember. Is daylight savings time? That's in November, ain't it? A little bit more. There we go. We're cooking with bacon grease. And we should hit that fine. And this should be our last little deal. And we will load this thing up and take it back to the farm. And most likely finish out this video. So while we're doing that, I will go ahead and say again, you know, thank you to all who has supported this channel, whether it be a like or subscribe. Hopefully it's a subscribe because it's all free. Doesn't charge you anything. And definitely hit that notification bell because it's, you know, you like this content, you want to know every time it drops. You don't want, you know, to rely on YouTube to show it to you. You want to get a notification on your phone or your computer or whatever you're running on. Like, hey, old Cowboy Cole's got something cool out. You can come check out the antics, the gooberness. Or straight up dumpster fire. Sometimes I do that. I am not perfect by no means. But I would definitely like to try to hit 100 by the end of this week. I think that would be cool, and I think it's very doable. And I cannot do that without your guys' help and support. So if you would oblige me to that, that would be great, and I would thank you forever. Maybe I'll start setting goals. Y'all can help me meet. And if I'm not meeting my goals, you know, I don't expect you guys to help me meet the subscriber count goals. So kind of, you know, I'll do my part. And you do yours. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do this by hand. Tired of messing with lines. I forgot we had to do this still. Got into my whole like and subscribe spiel. If I can talk. It's early morning. Apologize. Which will put us right by the driveway, so that's where we want to be anyway. But that is a big old field. That's probably at least every bit of 100 acres that we just did on this this episode here. And I will pull on through here, and we will set this thing up. So let's raise it up and fold it up. I like how slow this actually is, believe it or not, because it's not quick in real life either. The only thing difference is like in real life they'll actually bounce, and I don't think they do that on this game. Like it's smooth. You get to the end, that thing will bounce. Almost worried like it's going to fall apart. But all right, so get up into cab view on our victory lap here. Go ahead and shut the old lines off. Don't need those no more today. And then my mansion style house. Had to make the missus happy. Next she'll probably want a Mercedes or something parked up in there. But hey, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Alrighty, here. We'll back her in. If I can do this. You see how much smaller this cultivator is than that plow. Oh, and that makes me... Oh, you know what I just did? Let me look here before I get off here. We'll go ahead and unhook that. Let me look in this menu here real quick, because I think we added something in here I could have used and made that quicker. Cultivators. There it is. We could have been working at 24 meters per pass, because this is the one I've got right here. And it's only 14.3 meters. The other 10 meters. So we might be buying that flex coil. I've been talking about it for a while, and Brian finally found it for me. So we might be getting that thing out for next year. But anyway, let's put this old tractor up here. Put her in the shed and don't leave her out in the elements. There's a new Kubota I ain't showed off yet. Something to help me get around. We need to get a truck. I'll park her up in this corner here. Alrighty. Let's get on out of here. So that was a very, very productive day. I need to change my jeans. They look a little dirty. Unless that's just shadows. But yeah, while we're signing out here, I'll go ahead and show you this Kubota. Gonna have to get a power washer and clean some of this stuff up too. Yeah, here's the Kubota. Just help get around the farm. Needed something to drive besides, tractors around. I don't know if we'll get any more tractors here in the near future, because I think with the setup we got, I should be able to do anything and everything that I want. But we might stay tuned. We might pick up some contracting jobs to make some more money to pay for that flex coil. It's $106,000, so I'll be looking in the contracts to see if we got anything going on there, and to kind of pass time a little bit because I don't want to go too fast. I want to make it realistic. But we've got to call the co-op up, and we've got to get my field limed and fertilized, and then we got to buy seed. And so I'll probably be buying a pickup truck because we put some in the game here. And so you'll be seeing that. I don't know what it'll be yet. Got a couple options. Buying seed, filling it up, getting a seeder and everything like that. So I might have to do a couple contracting jobs to pay for all this because I want to own it. And I kind of like staying above $1 million if I can help it. You know. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this realism, how I did it. And hopefully you come back for more. Definitely stay tuned to the BTO series. It's going to take off here soon. And then keep an eye out for the 16X map series that I call the home plot. And me and Farmer Brian's working on. And Piper as well. But with that being said, I'm going to get off here. And we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And I'll see you next time.